Hello everybody and welcome back to the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode Series. Today's episode we are racing at Richmond, and we're going to start today's episode with a little bit of news. A press release from RCR released today. Kyle Busch is going to be missing this weekend's action at Richmond following the crash he had at Bristol, where he's still showing concussion-like symptoms, and Austin Hill will be driving today in his place at Richmond. As you saw the points there, those are the race winners so far. We picked up our second win of the season at Bristol last race, and we go and qualify 25th at Richmond. That sounds about right for us in terms of qualifying. And as we go look at the poll today, we have Denny Hamlin on pole, and you would have seen Austin Hill qualified in P13, so good job to him. As we now load into the race live from Richmond Raceway, the Toyota Owners 400. We have our stories of the race on the right side as well. The last time we were at this track, though, Timmy Hill was victorious in that little breakout season in that 21 car that kept him around for a second season. He won earlier this year, so he's looking good as Austin Cindric to the back for failing pre-race inspection. Chase Briscoe gave up qualifying position for new tires. That is a new one I haven't seen before. And Denny Hamlin is the pole winner, of course. We went through that earlier. Once again, using the twice ready-to-be World Tour car as we head into this one. Ready, set, go. Green flag is out. Denny Hamlin leads us down. We are now up to 23rd due to those guys being sent to the back, and we're going to try and look to the inside going into turn 1 and 2, sending it 3 wide already on Suarez, Bell, and Knight, getting past all 3 cars into turn 1. So a fantastic start for us as we now look to go into turn 3 and 4 and challenge up there 4 wide just ahead there. And myself now with the 2311 cars, we go 3 wide. We got Busch ahead of us. Bell is pushing us into the corner. Everyone's kind of going around the high side. You got Austin Hill in that 8 car up there down to the inside of Eric Jones. We make a little bit of contact. He also won at Richmond last season and got himself into the playoffs with the win in this race last year. So a couple different winners from Richmond last season, and I'm excited to see if we get some different winning today. As now, oh geez, Suarez sent it in. Busch thought he was going to be there. He goes up the track into me. I'm in contact with Blaney. Everything a little congested so far as we go down into turn 3 and 4, come in front of Suarez. He gets moved out the way by Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who sends it to my inside as well. And wow, the 47 car just made an aggressive move to get by the both of us, and he is moving fast up the field as we go to the inside of Benedetto now, looking to the inside of Chris Buescher. Let's try that one again on that 17 car. AJ Allmendinger up on that high line as well. We're going to get past both of those guys now up into P12. So a very good start for us so far. We are up 11 positions in the first 4 completed laps, now on lap 5. We are now closing up to the back of Tim Hill, the guy who won last time we were here, as we take a look at the move Stenhouse pulled. Yeah, just punted Suarez out of the way, little quick bump and run, and he got up my inside as well, so all credit to him. He's up in the top 10 now as we look to go to the inside of that 21 car going down into turn 1 and 2 here. Now looking to the inside of Stenhouse and Larson, and once again it is Larson up here with myself, battling with him for that regular season title lead as the caution comes out for unknown circumstances. I had a look in the replay and I could not find anything, unfortunately. So everyone is going to stay out here. That is a no-brainer. There is only going to be a few laps left in stage 1. Stage 1 is a short one here, only 13 laps. Stage 2 and 3 much longer than that as we go back a green flag race, and we are up in P11. So looking to get stage points in this first stage. It is going to be very possible here, very loose into turn 1 and 2, but we do get to the inside of Stenhouse, Larson, Bowman, and we got the other 200 cars ahead as well. So all 400 cars up here in the top 10 for the time being as we get past the 48. Now looking to get to the back of William Byron in that 24 car. 3 laps to go now in stage 1. Let's talk about the leader, Kevin Harvick. He's out in front. Brad Keselowski in second place, followed by Hamlin falling back to third. Of course, Toyota still haven't won a race so far. After our race win at Bristol last week, we put Ford up to 4 wins on the season and 2 wins to Chevrolet, of course, to 2 Hendrick Motorsports drivers. But Toyota were not really in the running for that win. Last race, it was a battle between myself, Harvick, and Elliott. Conveniently, the last 3 guys that won at Bristol, so that was a really awesome battle. As Harvick continues to lead this race, he is definitely gonna want retribution after falling just short to us. It was not much that separated us, it was just the lap traffic and getting through it at Bristol, and that's always really how that race goes down. If you can get through the lap traffic, then you can get it done. As now Byron to our inside, we're going to lose P number 6 here as we got past Ty Gibbs before. But yeah, on this last lap of stage 1, Harvick is going to go unchallenged for the lead. He will take home the stage win, followed by Keselowski, Hamlin, Elliott, and then Martin Truex Jr. rounds out that top 5. And then we got Byron, myself, Ty Gibbs, Chris Buescher, and Bowman. So no stage points for Kyle Larson, which is nice. We'll extend that little gap that we have for the regular season championship right now. I like talking about it. It's very early on in the regular season, but it's still really fun to talk about. It's going to be something that we're probably going to document the whole season. It seems like Larson has got things all sorted out now at Hendrick Motorsports. He got 1 win last season. He's already got 1 win this season and showing a lot better speed in that car. Obviously, when it comes to pitting here, I made the car a little bit tighter, and 4 tires and fuel for everybody as we go back green flag racing for stage number 2 here at Richmond. Harvick continues to lead with Brad Keselowski on his outside in that number 6. Hamlin and Elliott just ahead of us as we're on the outside of Martin Truex Jr. We got around Byron on pit road, so that was cool, but also now we're on the outside line, so we're going to struggle here on the restart in the non-preferred lane. Harvick gets clear straight away. Hamlin is actually going to get cleared for second place in this first lap of stage 2. And I will mention, 29 laps in stage 2, so more than double the length of stage 1. We will not be able to make it to the end of this stage on a fuel run, so we will have to come in and get tires and fuel. As we got contact here with Buescher, he goes sideways. He gets hit by Cole Custer, our teammate, that straightens him out. And Chris Buescher and I make contact going into 3 and 4. I felt like he slid up into me. We will get a replay on that one soon, but we still got action to cover here. Custer to our inside now. As when it came to lap traffic last week, Custer was the biggest menace for Harvick and I. So you would have thought our teammate would have been out of the way a little bit more for us, but no, he was just kind of planted in the wrong spot every time. Custer is going to get around us on that inside, and now here comes Ty Gibbs as well, as we got a little bit of radio here from AJ Smith. I held my line into that corner. I'm not sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, he just got loose into the corner and hit you. Nothing you did wrong.
And we're going to take a look at the replay here. Yeah, Buescher just kind of gets loose into the corner, turns right, hits me, and, well, he gets his ship righted by Cole Custer. And, yeah, you can see on the onboard, nothing I did wrong there as we continue on with this race from P7. Now under pressure from Ricky Stenhouse Jr., that 47, who's having a good run today. Jobo Logano now all over my back bumper. He's going to slip to my inside as well as we're starting to fall back out of this top 10, it seems. Ty Gibbs now lining up on my inside too as we get tight off of turn 4. Now back into P10, so things not looking good for us right now as Ryan Blaney now trying to grab a position from us. We look to the inside of Ty Gibbs. Can we get by him? Well, not really when they don't leave you a lot of space. That's something I hate about the AI at Richmond here. You will come up off the corner and they will drive at least the car length off of the wall. You can see it with Logano as well. There's a space for a whole car to be on your outside line, and they just do not leave space for you whatsoever, the AI here. So that's just my little rant for this track, and something I will not miss in Heat 5. We will have to deal with it again. We have to go to Richmond for 2 times in a season, and of course we probably will have more than one season. As a little bit of contact with Blaney's right rear. Blaney's going to go straight into the wall. I felt like I didn't really touch him, and I felt like he slid up on me, and yeah, Blaney's going to make contact with the wall and fall back a bunch of positions. Didn't mean to do it whatsoever, but yeah, another mistaken bit of contact that we have in this race, and it's only lap 12 12 in stage 2. Still a long way to go and plenty of things to happen, and we just do not want to rack up these bad incidences with these drivers here, as Gragson's going to get around us on that inside. So Gragson and Gibbs battling it out once again. The two rookies doing pretty good to start this season. They both had great runs at Phoenix a few races ago, and they're once again showing some speed here as we skip forward quite a few laps here, up 5 laps. We are still in P13. We lost a spot to Briscoe actually, and we now lose a spot to James 9. Daniel Suarez lining up on out inside. He is also a former winner at Richmond, and he just runs us wide as well. He could have had a whole lane on the bottom. You expect him to go to the bottom of the racetrack, and they just don't. And it costs himself and me speed and time here, as Brad Keselowski has taken the lead now in stage 2. Harvick dealing with some lap traffic, so I'm sure he's not going to be too happy. Bubba Wallace gets around us now for P17, so we have now dropped back to P18, which just sucks. As you can see, we're starting to deal with a loose condition off the corner as the tires are wearing out. And as you can see as well, we got some drivers on pit road to start off the pit sequence. It is Noah Gragson, the first car in, followed by Chase Briscoe in that 14. And we'll have a couple more join them on pit road, as we're going to continue to stay out. And the plan here for me is to run this as long as possible and hope we get a caution that traps a bunch of people a lap down. The plan is to do what we did at Atlanta, as we get loose off the corners, a little bit sideways there, and we're going to skip forward once again now to the end of the pit cycle. We've assumed the lead, and now we're going to come in for our service. So onto the apron here, have to go very slow, and yeah, we did not find a caution, which was unfortunate, but I can't ask for too much. I suppose we did get very lucky in terms of what happened at Atlanta, as everyone else is going to go by and unlap themselves. I thought, now let's play a little bit of strategy. We were down in P18, nowhere near the lead before we had the pit stop start. So I was like, okay, let's do right side tires, let's do half a can of fuel. Everyone's going to come back and pit at the end of stage 2. Let's play a little bit of strategy, try to get some track position, and hopefully, more importantly, get ourselves some more stage points to extend that buffer on Kyle Larson for the regular season. So the two tires go in. There's smoke up ahead. There's a car sliding in turns 1 and 2. We'll get a quick look at that, what happened. Harvick dealing with that lap traffic in first place, hits Cindric, he goes sideways, and it's going to lead to Harvick losing not only the lead, but second place as well. So Keselowski into the lead once again here in stage 2. Harvick got it back from him off of the pit stops, but yeah, he just ran into the back of Cindric. And that caused him to stack up, and that led to the 6 and the 9 getting past him, so he's going to be furious. So we lose a spot to Chastain, and yeah, we got up to P8 from that little pit sequence here. We got a couple cars behind us that might get past us, but it looks like this bit of strategy is going to work out, as we only have 2 laps to go when we cross the line here. So definitely a good idea from us. Ross Chastain up ahead having a nice race, which is good for him in his new team of Trackhouse. He needs to impress this season, or else he could be out of a ride completely in the Cup Series. So much struggles he went through at Chip Ganassi Racing, just outside of the top 25 in points on both seasons. So he's definitely looking for some way to impress here at his new home in Trackhouse. Is now on the final lap of stage 2. Gragson is going to get around us on the inside, and well, we look at that. Before our car fell off the face of the earth and we dropped out of the top 15, we were 9th, and that is pretty much where we're going to be here. Eric Amarola just ahead in that 16, but Brad Keselowski wins stage number 2. As we get the results here, we got Logano in 2nd, Elliott 3rd, Harvick ends up 4th, with Hamlin 5th, Chastain, Stenhouse, Gragson, myself, and Ty Gibbs to round out the top 10 and stage point earners, as we're now going to make some more changes to this car. I thought just add a little bit of air pressure. It should help with the tire wear troubles that we were facing longer into the run. I was pretty confident at this point that we could get a solid day out of Richmond here. If we continued working on the car, we can maybe see ourselves contend for a top 10. I don't think we really have any speed for the top 5 right now, as we see ahead of us, Kevin Harvick lost a spot on pit road, so he's He's not having a good time right now as we go back ready for the restart. Stage number 3 is underway, and it is 32 laps in this stage, the longest of them all. So very similar to stage 1, very similar to stage 2. We will not be able to get to the end of the stage on a pit run as we took those guys 3 wide into turn 1 and 2. See you later, Gregson and Chastain. We'll take those spots, and now looking to the inside of Denny Hamlin. But as you can see, with those changes to the car, I am tight. Just plowing off the corner into the side of Denny Hamlin, but still going to send it in on him anyways. As Stenhouse up ahead of us is going for 3rd place on Kevin Harvick. He's the biggest mover of this race so far, and he is showing some serious pace behind that 47, which we haven't seen all year so far. So maybe with this new next-gen car, they've got something figured out at JTG, as Keselowski continues to lead here at Richmond with his new team that he is co-owning. He hasn't won in that 6 car before. Of course, he moved into that 6 car this season, and questions were raised. Obviously, going from Penske, a deep playoff run car, and then over to Roush Fenway, which struggled to even crack the top 20 in points last season. All 3 of their cars finished outside the top 20 in points, while Keselowski has clearly made some huge steps in that program to where now he is running up front. And we've seen James Knight contend for wins before as well for that team. Of course, he lost to Larson by just this much at Phoenix. So a lot of positive progress made in such a short time. I guess they had their heads down during the off season, as we've got a head down right now. Looking to the inside of Harvick. That little bit of contact you just saw is going to lead to Harvick sliding into the corner and into the wall. Kevin Harvick is going to be pissed. Is now back over here in P20. Custer's going to go slide into the wall after contact with Christopher Bell, and that is going to send him into the wall. No caution, though, whatsoever. So we're going to continue racing as we get past Harvick now from P5. Loose up the corner. We're going to block Ty Gibbs down the straightaway here as we're just trying to keep that track position up into P5. Very good from us. As now even once again in turn 3 and 4, Reddick gets into the back of Alex Bowman in P30. They go sliding. No caution there as we get bumped by Kevin Harvick going into the corner. We're going to slide off the bottom here. But yeah, I'm not sure what Harvick's problem with us was. We barely made contact with him, and even then, he was pretty much halfway off of the damn wall when we made contact. He could have given us so much room. So Kevin Harvick, once again, not happy with us. He may be bitter about last race, and now he's bumping us once again going into the corner. We're going to slide up on Truex Jr. He is 2 out inside. Kevin Harvick giving us a few shots here. Not something you would see from teammates, so I was pretty disappointed in him and starting to get a little bit ticked off, if I'm honest. But we're going to try to regather here. We got our other teammate, Chase Briscoe, who's now going to look to out inside, overtaking us cleanly, might I add, as we go now into turn 3 and 4. A little bit of contact with Bubba Wallace, sends him into the back of Briscoe. Briscoe now sliding. He regathers it up. Unfortunately, made a little bit of contact with him as now we go into turn 3 and 4. A few Stuart Haas drivers now battling it out in the top 10. Gibbs now to the inside of Truex ahead of us for P number 5, so he gets by. And yeah, we got some damage on the back of our race car from that 4 car, so definitely unhappy with him right now, as Keselowski has built up a sizable lead on that 47 Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So it seems like Brad's got the fastest cars. We duck down low in front of Denny Hamlin now ahead of him, but Hamlin's going to look to out inside as we continue now on this outside lane, just getting shipped right now to go outside lane into the corner, sliding up the track as we go 3 wide. Ross Chastain making a nice little move. He gets by with Harvick in tow, and then James Knight going to get by us as well. So starting to fall back and lose positions like we did during stage number 2. Not good for us right now. Of course, that little debacle with Harvick did cost us a lot of time. Is now in our rearview mirror. LaJoie is going to go sliding into the corner, and we're going to get a quick replay on this. Gregson just sends him sliding now with contact. So I don't know what is going on with the AI cars at Richmond, but they just running over each other going into the corners and sending each other sliding. No one has thankfully looped it around and caused a caution as we skip forward a few laps here. Gregson got around us, but we're kind of just stuck in limbo in P14. The cars ahead of us starting to get away as we are now. Got trouble over here. Timmy Hill goes around into the wall. Corey LaJoie hits him as well. That is going to bring out a caution, and is also going to be the end of Timmy Hill's day. Sadly, of course, a past winner at Richmond. He won the last race here. He is now out of the race, and the call is going to be 2 tires, so we don't have the best handling car. We could take 4 tires and do something different, but we can't really lose the track position. So 2 tires is the call. You want to tell me what Kevin's problem is? He keeps blasting me into the corner. Is he bitter about last week or something? Like, I thought we patched things over during the off season. Lots of questions I have, but no answer as of yet as we get back racing. Larson managed to jump us on pit road. Myself and Gregson lose positions fixing damage, I'd assume that's why. Larson having a good pit stop, so he is now back ahead of us in this race. Keselowski gets out to an early lead. He's been dominant ever since Harvick had that incident earlier with the 2 car of Austin Cindric, and now Harvick is just ahead of us in P13. Had a few run-ins with him this race, and it seems like that fiery competitiveness we have with him as he makes contact with Larson there in that upper lane coming up off the corner, and he just doors us down the straightaway. I don't understand what's going on here between Harvick and I, to the point where he's just taking out his frustrations on me, and I don't understand. Hey mate, let his spotter know I'm paying him a visit after this race. This is completely unacceptable. Can you blame me at all? Like, this is ridiculous. We're supposed to be teammates. Like, I understand we're being competitive with each other, we've, you know, made contact and that before, but this race, he has run into me 3 separate occasions, and that was the most egregious of them all. Anyway, moving on, we only have now, as we cross the line, 9 laps in this race. Brad Keselowski is under fire from Joey Logano for the lead. Logano looking to take the lead up off the corner. They're battling side by side as I'm trying to make a move on Kyle Larson for 13th. Trying to get back as much track position as we can after losing it earlier, as Logano has taken the lead now of this race. Brad Keselowski could this one slip away. We've skipped forward a few laps. Logano is still in front, but Keselowski is still in tow. Larson now looking to the inside of James Knight as I'm trying to close in on those 2 ahead of me. Of course, this is a battle for the regular season points lead. I still want to keep it. It's bragging rights for me right now. There's only 4 laps to go left in this race. Logano's still out in front of Brad Keselowski. Can that 6 car get back to the front? As now I'm side by side making a little bit of contact there with James Knight up off the corner. Battling now to his inside. We're going to try get clear for 13th. Can we do it? Yes, we can. But now, as you see in our rear view mirror, here comes Knight back to the inside. He has a say left in this race. If he wants P13, we give him a little nudge there. He gets a little loose out of the corner, but he keeps the position for now as we go into turn 3 and 4. He's still taking that high line, leaving the door open for me. So I'm going to try and take that position back. Larson is too far ahead now as Keselowski's to the inside of Logano. He takes the lead off of turn 2 with 2 laps to go. So Keselowski, the dominant car of today. Logano trying to steal one. It looks like it may not work out for the 22 as we continue to battle. Brad Keselowski's teammate James Knight for this 13th spot. We're back by him this time once again as the white flag is now waving in the air. Final lap for Brad Keselowski, who has done it all before as a driver. He has won a championship. He's won many races. But now as a part owner of Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing, Keselowski wins in his own car for that number 6 team. Congratulations as we hold off his teammate James Knight for P13. An overall pretty decent day for us. We will take that. Going through the race results now, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. ends up with a P2. Chastain, nice run in P4. Harvick rebounds for P7 after bashing us down the straightaway. And then we have the rest of the race results here. Justin Haley, a nice run up there in P17 for that team. LaJoie with the top 20 as well. Custer, our other teammate, struggling once again. And Alex Bowman, P31, rough day for him. Austin Hill in that number 8 for Kyle Busch. He ends up P34 with Timmy Hill, the only DNF. And as it goes for the regular season point standings, we are ahead of Larson by 10 points now. As Keselowski, another Ford driver, picks up a win and locks up a playoff spot. Is it time for Toyota to hit the panic button, because they are not even leading laps, and at this current rate they are struggling to even get a driver in the playoffs? Ford just continue to dominate as we go through the rest of the playoff standings as of now. But that is going to do it for today's action at Richmond. We enjoyed a lot of AI run-ins today, and Kevin Harvick, we're going to have a word with him at the end of this episode. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next race at Martinsville.